What's up guys, I'm Tony G. You're watching 1526 Barbecue, and today we're taking ribeye, wrapping it in bacon, and stuffing it with all sorts of cheese and sausage. Check it out. Okay, this is a recipe I dreamt up a while ago and I just haven't had time to execute it. This is the first time I've gone through it, and you'll notice at the end of the video that the quantities of the different ingredients that I used was a little too much, so watch until the end so you can see how to correct the issues. Okay, the first step in this recipe is to cook your pound of ground Italian sausage. I have the hot sausage. You can use sweet sausage or mild sausage, whatever you like. And while that sausage is cooking, take a whole pound of bacon, spread it evenly across a baking sheet, and put that in your preheated smoker at about 325 degrees. So after the bacon has been in the smoker for about 5 minutes or so, we're going to want to develop a crust or a little bit of a crust on our ribeye. We're going to go ahead and open up the flame broiler on the Pit Boss 1100 Pro, and we're going to put our ribeye directly over that flame. And I'm shooting for about 30 seconds per side. We're not cooking the ribeye here at all. We actually want it to stay pretty raw. All we're doing is creating a nice golden brown crust. Okay, now that our ribeyes have developed a crust, we're going to set those aside and go check on our sausage. Don't forget about the sausage. Now, I cooked mine a little further than I normally would. I was hoping to create a little bit of a crunchiness in the sausage with the hopes that it carries through in the main dish or the main appetizer. All right, so while your bacon is still cooking in the smoker, we're gonna go ahead and mix our stuffing mixture. So to this bowl, I'm adding an 8-ounce pack of cream cheese that's been sitting on the counter for a little bit. I'm also adding about 4 ounces or half a package of this triple cheddar, and about 4 ounces or half a package of this Kobe Jack cheese. All right, so now to this cheese mixture that we have, we're gonna go ahead and add our Italian sausage. Now my sausage has been cooked already for a while, and it's been sitting off of the heat and cooled down just a little bit towards room temperature. Now as you're adding this sausage, you're gonna wanna strain out as much of that grease as you can. Otherwise it'll coagulate in your stuffing, and you don't want that to happen. Once you got all your ingredients in the bowl, go ahead and get a fork or whatever your mixing utensil of choice is and mix it thoroughly till it's well incorporated. All right, now we're on to the messy part. So we're gonna grab those ribeyes that we put a nice crust on, and we're gonna first salt and pepper them to taste. And then we're gonna cut them up roughly into bite-sized pieces. Now everyone's bite size is gonna be a little different. What I learned as I went through this is if you go a little too big, it's gonna be hard to wrap it in bacon. So I would shoot for roughly about an inch, inch cubed pieces of ribeye, or maybe a little bit smaller. Now after your bacon's been in the smoker for about 10 minutes or so, you're gonna wanna pull it off. You want this bacon to be about halfway cooked. If it's fully cooked, it's gonna be too crispy and break up. And if it's not cooked enough, it's gonna take too long to cook at the end, which will cause your steaks to be well done. All right, now that we have all of our ingredients ready, let's roll these bad boys up. Each cube of ribeye is gonna take about half of a strip of bacon. Now I'm rolling these as tightly as I can. Some come out really nice, some don't. It's okay, no big deal. At the end of the roll, just go ahead and stab a toothpick all the way through. This will secure the bacon in place for the next step. Okay, after you've rolled up the ribeye in some bacon, you're gonna take some of our stuffing mixture and just pack that into the top half of the bacon. Do that for all of the ribeye and bacon that you have. As you can see here, I did have some remaining ribeye and a ton of stuffing left over. So if I were to do this in the future, I'd probably get maybe 1 steak of ribeye or another pack of bacon, or use half as much of the cream cheese. It just depends on how many of these you want to cook. Okay, once everybody's wrapped up and stuffed, we're gonna go ahead and sprinkle with some of your favorite barbecue rub of choice. I'm using the sweet and smoky rub. Again, use whatever you like. All right, now that everyone's dusted, we're gonna go back in the smoker. We're still sitting at about 350 degrees, 325, somewhere in that range. And we're gonna let them sit in there until the bacon starts to brown up and look a little crispy. Okay, so for me, it took about 15 minutes for my bacon to get nice and brown. Yours could take a little longer or a little less, so just keep an eye on it. Here they are right off the smoker. These things look delicious. I am really excited to give these guys a try. All right, let's get into it. All right, there is our ribeye right there on the bottom, wrapped in bacon and stuffed in our cream cheese and sausage mixture. Let's give it a try. It's a little bit of work, guys, but you have to try this. The only thing I would do different next time is put a little more salt on my ribeye before I cut them up. Other than that, it's perfect. I hope you guys liked it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.